All right, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. No honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. The brother Yeshaya, part of Men of Valor, South Carolina. This lesson right here, man, is going to be for anybody that needs it, man. We're in some crazy times, and the Lord is testing us left and right. Everybody is being tested. Every brother in this faith is being tested, man. And there's some things that come up that need an extra oomph to get through, man. And that's why the title of this lesson is going to be the importance of fasting, because, man, fasting is a beautiful thing that we can do towards the ministry. Well, it goes toward the ministry. Also has, spiritual implications that when you complete, this fast, or a dry fast, meaning no food nor drink, okay? That means no food nor drink for a period of 24 hours, all right, from sundown to sunup, okay? And in the past, I'm gonna say in the past, but we're coming back to our customs now. But in the past, we had fasting was a part of our customs, okay? Whether you were mourning, okay? You fasted to the Lord to afflict your soul, whether you need something, you need, like I was saying in that ride around yesterday, whether you need a spiritual pick-me-up, or you need an expedited answer from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, fasting and prayer as well. But fasting is the way to go. Okay, and I'm going to have a couple of examples written down of how fasting helped us in the past, in certain situations, and also just some scriptures on fasting, because it is in the book. Okay, if you're reading, and if you're in this Bible, you're gonna stumble upon the word fast, or instance, okay, where our forefathers fasted for a reason. All right, so let's get right into it, man. Let's see. I'm gonna start out with the book of Matthew. Yeah, the book of Matthew, chapter 9, and verse 15. Actually, I'm going to start at 14, all right, to get the whole context. Matthew 9 and 14, then came him to the disciples of John, saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not? Okay, so you see, it was a custom, but the wicked scribes and Pharisees were doing it for vainglory. They were doing it because Yahweh Shai, cursed them out. They were doing it to be seen by men. They were doing it basically, like I said, for vainglory. Okay, which they knew that fasting was a very important thing in our culture, and it takes a spiritual man to fast. So they were actually just being carnal and showing and broadcasting to the world that they're spiritual men, when in actuality that's a carnal thing to do. All right, the scriptures tell us how to go about a fast. You let no one know except Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and he going to reward you openly. Okay, so let's go back to the book of Matthew chapter 9 and verse 15. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. So, if you don't have anything to fast for, okay, which we all got something to fast for, man. Okay, that's why I'm probably gonna title this lesson for those who might need it, or fasting. If you need a expedited answer, if you need a spiritual boost, if you need a physical boost as well, because it's like fasting helps to cleanse out your system. It helps to reset your body. So when you do that, 1 day, 2 days, if you really like that, 3 days, okay. But however your relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is how long you're gonna fast, or fast at all. Okay, so there's not a big deal on time length or how often you do it, but hey, we all got something in our lives, or all got something that's going on, which could very well require a fast. And even if not, hey, we always need to ask for more faith, okay? More wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know? More everything, man. And how about Shimmy Al-Shai knows that, but then when we actually sit down and commit to a fast, just like what he's going to tell Daniel, okay? It was Daniel or Ezra's, but basically he said, since the day that you sat down and committed to this fast, I gave it to you. So basically when, he had in his mind, I believe it was Daniel, but he had in his mind that he was going to fast, okay? The Lord honored it and knew that he was for serious. So the things that was given unto him, right? He still had to go through the process. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm about to fast, Lord, and then have it in your mind, and the Lord is gonna be like, okay, you already did it. I mean, you already did it in your mind, so nah, you really have to go through with it, okay? But Yahweh Shem Yahushua knew, Daniel, his spirit. So, but anyway, yeah, man. So we're in the time now where Yahushua is away from us, man. All right, hey, we're on the cusp of his return, but this is one out of many reasons to fast, okay? Because Yahushua is going away from us, man, and we are in mourning. Okay, brothers get sad, brothers get in depressions, and we don't even know. I mean, the Spirit of the Lord, we're going through what we need to go through, but man, we're really mourning Yahushua, really. So whatever we need to do to uplift him, okay, and uplifting Yahushua, you gotta uplift Yahweh. That's why I only say Yahushua. You can't have Yahweh. You can't have Yahweh without Yahushua. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And likewise, man, you can't have Yahushua without Yahweh. So they agree in one. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next scripture, which I'm already in the book of Matthew. I'm gonna get Matthew 17. Yeah, Matthew 17 and verse 20. Actually, I'm gonna start at 16. Actually, I'm gonna read the whole. I'm gonna start at 15 to get the whole context. I keep saying that. Matthew 17 and 15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth in the fire, and often to the water. And I bring him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil and departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples of Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, here's the point, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this nation, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Okay, and when you look at the dynamics of the makings of the nomenclature of a mustard tree, it starts out as one of the tiniest seed, but then like the scriptures talk about, once that seed is planted, it becomes a vast tree where the birds nest in and everything like that. Prosperity in the faith. You know what I'm saying? The actual fruition or the of your faith. Okay, you can see it if you have faith in you know what you do. And planting a seed requires work. Okay, you plant that seed. You can't just plant the seed and turn your back and say, you know what, I'm gonna come back when it grows. No, you gotta water that seed. You gotta nurture that seed. You gotta make sure the ground is right that you put it in. You gotta make sure it's a lot of things that go with planting, man, and cultivating and taking care of that plant. Okay. But yeah, a mustard seed is one of the smallest seeds, but once it's planted, it becomes one of the biggest trees, which is synonymous. Well, not synonymous. So you can say synonymous, but ties in with our faith, man. Is an example of our faith. So yeah, verse 21. Howbeit this kind go not out but by prayer and fasting. So there are different levels of demons that will jump on you, and you can't shake unless you fast. And this is right here, man. And there's one time a year, like I said in my video yesterday, it's one time a year that the Lord commands us to fast. Okay, but hey, man, that's just the assignment. All right, say you've been slacking off. All right, we're gonna use the analogy of school. Say you've been slacking off. You ain't been doing your homework. You ain't been doing, um, you've been failing a couple tests. Okay, and your grade point average is suffering. All right, what would you do? You gonna go to your professor and be like, you know what? Can I write this side paper? Can I do this extra credit? I need this 4.0. I need this 3.5 by next month, or you know what I'm saying? Bam, 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 bam. And you're going to do that extra work to get where you need to be. That's just like fasting. Fasting is basically extra work that you put in, okay, to get the spiritual benefits, to get the spiritual A, you know what I'm saying, on the assignment, man. Okay, so it's something that needs to be utilized. Once again, Matthew 7:21, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. So fasting is a very important tool when you need to get that monkey off your back, when stuff is not going right. Hey, like the elder from Dallas was talking about, man, you feel like you're going to die sometimes, man, especially if you're slacking in the faith, man. Hey, a good fast and, praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it's going to get you right back. But don't do it in vain, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua takes fasting very serious. So if you dedicate yourself to a fast, you better uphold it, okay? Whatever you need to do, make sure that you're off, or make sure, if you can't go off that, you're gonna honor that fast, man. You're gonna abstain from food and drink for at least 24 hours, or, however long you want to slate your fast. Now, I was saying earlier about examples in the scriptures where our forefathers, okay, had to get out of a dire situation, okay, through Esther, okay, where Mordecai, the damn Edomite, was about to try to destroy us as a nation, man, okay, and he didn't destroy us, okay, and that's the reason why we have the High Holy Day that comes behind this right here, man. Okay, and if I believe that this this actually the beginning. Wait, I'm not gonna guess. All right, it's a High Holy Day after this. This is the Feast of Dedication. I gotta look it up, but yeah, see. All right. So here it is, Esther 4, and okay, so basically run down, a message was given to Mordecai, okay, and Mordecai relayed the message to Esther, okay, about what Haggai planned to do to us, man. So here you go. This is the book of Esther, chapter 4 and verse 12, and they told Mordecai Esther's words. Wait, yeah, Salakia, Esther was telling Mordecai, okay, and they told Mordecai Esther's words, and Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed, and who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this. Then Esther bade them return. Mordecai answered this. Go gather together all the Jews, okay, the Israelites, that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days nor night. And I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go into the king, which is not according to the law, and if I perish, I perish. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. So through the spirit of Prophet Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a fast was initiated. A fast was enacted. A fast was created. Okay, and the reason for this fast was to get out of the binds of that Edomite, Edomite Slakia, that Edomite Haggai. See, Haman. So like you see, that's a demon. I rebuke you, Satan, name y'all about you outside. But yeah, that Edomite Haman. Edomite Haman, all right. Not our beautiful brother, forefather Haggai, okay, but yeah. So here it is, we're in Esther, the 5th chapter, okay? And here is the example. Now it came to pass on the 3rd day that Esther put on her royal apparel, stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house, and the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house, over against the gate of the house. Now, this is a very intense moment, because usually you can get put to death by entering the king's chambers, especially if you're a woman unannounced, okay? But from that fast, all right, I'm telling you, it gives you it gives you a spiritual boost, man. All right, and the Lord will help you if you need it. Okay, but you just need to afflict your soul, like the scriptures refer to it as. Okay, all right. Abstaining from food and drink for a matter of 24 hours, and it gives you a gift. The Lord will bless you, man. It'll, I don't know, it'll kind of get addicting. You want to fast all the time, but you can't. Your body will allow you to do that. Your the current situations that we in won't allow us to do that. Brothers got to work, brothers got families and stuff like that. But when you can, it won't hurt to slate out a day to do this thing. But anyway, verse 2, and it was so when the king saw Esther the queen standing in the court that she obtained favor in his sight. All right, and this king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. So there you go. See, she could have been put to death, but hey, the Lord had mercy on her, and what scripture is that, man? All right, let me get it, okay? Because when you're when the ways of the Lord please, when your ways pleases the Lord, He will look out for. He make your enemies to even be at rest, peace with you, man. Okay. All right, here it is. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay, and I know we was talking about Esther, but that's first and foremost for the men. But look what he did to sometimes it's an umbrella. When it's talking about the man, the woman is included, but the man is addressed. All right. So yeah. Verse 3, then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be even given to thee to the half of the kingdom. So he said, whatever you want, up until the half of my kingdom, I'll give to you. Which he probably was trying to get with Esther, because she would have to be the queen to get half his kingdom, right? So yeah, but that wasn't happening. Verse 4, and Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come to this day unto the banquet that I have prepared for him. Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may do as Esther hath said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. Okay, and like I said, read the whole account, but Haman, that Edomite, that slippery serpent, okay, he conspired to with others to end us as a nation, man. He set up a a gallows? He set up basically a hanging station, and he was the one, and the Lord put his ass in the trick bag. Okay. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the half of the kingdom it shall be formed. Then answered Esther and said, my petition and my request is, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king to grant my petition and to perform my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet that I shall prepare for them, and I will do tomorrow as the king hath said. Then went Haman forth that day joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he stood not up, nor moved for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. Nevertheless, Haman refrained himself, and when he came home, he sat and called for his friends and Jairus his wife. And Haman told them of the glory of the riches and the multitude of his children and all the things wherein the king had promoted him, and now he had advanced him above the provinces and services of the king. Haman said, moreover, Esther the queen did not let no man come in with the king unto the banquet that she had prepared, but myself and tomorrow am I invited unto her also with the king. Yet all avails me nothing so long as I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Being a damn demon. Then says Jairus' wife and all his friends, let a gallows be made of 50 cubits high, and tomorrow speak down to the king that Mordecai may be hanged thereon. Then go down and merrily with the king unto the banquet, and the king and the thing pleased Haman, and he caused the gallows to be made. So there you go, being an Edomite. Now let's go to let's skip over to 7. So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of the wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be formed even to the half of the kingdom. Okay. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me. Let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, and to be slain and to perish. But if we have been sold for bond men and bond women, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Okay, I'm gonna read down. Here it is right here, verse 8. Then the king returned out of the palace garden to the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed wherein Esther was. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. Ooh, let me read 6, man. It says, Esther said, the adversary and enemy is the wicked Haman. Okay? Our adversary, and hey, we know who our adversary is, man. And Haman is an Edomite. All right? Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. All right? They covered Haman's face. Verse 9, and Halbana, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. So there you go. Okay, hey, the Lord delivered us from Haman, delivered us from, destruction, okay? And that came about by us fasting, through the directions of Mordecai and Esther. All right, fasting, man, okay, for a purpose. And it worked, okay? So fasting works, man. All right, let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 10. Daniel, chapter 10, okay? Started at the top. In the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a thing was revealed unto Daniel, whose name was called Belteshazzar. And the thing was true by the time appointed was long. By the thing appointed was long. And he understood the thing and had understanding of the vision. In those days, Daniel, was more than 3 full weeks. All right, so Daniel went on a 3-week fast, man. I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh nor wine in my mouth. Neither did I anoint myself at all, till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled. And at the 24th day of the 1st month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hadakai, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body was like the beryl, and his face as the appearing of lightning. His eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. The voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. So the gift that Daniel got was being in the presence of Yahushua, man. Being in the presence of Yahushua. How gloriful, how amazing would that be, man? Okay, but he had to cleanse himself, and he had to, spiritually get right. And bam, look at what the Lord blessed him, man, with meeting Yahushua, man. Okay, and it goes into the you know, what the vision, that was given into Daniel and everything like that. I'm trying to find what I. Yeah, and this is the point right here, Daniel 10 and 12. Then say he unto me, fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before the Lord, all right, before the power, all right, which is another way of saying fasting, all right, chastening yourself, okay, before the power. Thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. So there you go. From that first day, it had to play out, but from that first day, and that's how powerful fasting is, man. Okay, I got a couple more examples, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go to the book of Second Esdras. I believe it's chapter 6. All right, I'm gonna start out at chapter 5, verse 20. Uh, Shalakia. Let me start at 15. So the angel that was coming to talk to me with me held me, comforted me, and set me up upon my feet. And in the second night it came to pass that Salathiel, the captain of the people, came unto me, saying, where hast thou been, and why is thy countenance so heavy? Knowest not thou that Israel is committed unto thee in the land of their captivity? Up then and eat bread, and forsake us not, as the shepherd that leaveth his flock in the hands of cruel wolves. Then said I unto him, go thy ways from me, and come not nigh me. And he heard what I said, and went from me. And so I fasted 7 days, mourning and weeping, just as Uriel the angel commanded me. So, one of the top archangels told Daniel to fast, and it was given as a commandment from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And after 7 days, so it was, that the thoughts of my heart were very grievous unto me again, and my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again. So after those 7 days, the spirit of understanding came on Daniel, Ezra, which is he's seen some powerful things, man. Okay, Daniel, Ezra, and other prophets, man. Okay, let's see. Yeah. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding. I began to talk with the Most High again and said, O Lord that bears rule of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine. And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself. Okay. Now let me go down. Yeah. So that was the point right there. Let me go to the book of Second Esdras, the 6th chapter and the 31st verse. And it reads, Second Esdras 6 and 31. If thou wilt pray yet more and fast 7 days again, I shall tell thee greater things by day than I have heard. Okay, so bam, there you go. You know what I'm saying? You want something expedited from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Amen. That fasting helps, and you can. This is an example. Okay, one of the top prophets. All right, Ezra. Okay, seeing that vision and what he had to go through to get that wisdom, get that knowledge, get that understanding. Okay, to be in the presence of Yahweh Shai, man. But Daniel was in the presence of Yahweh Shai. Okay, and anyway, yeah. All right. So yeah, and I got one more, man, and I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, and chapter 58. Yeah, chapter 58. Yeah, let's start at 3. I'm going to start at 1. Cry aloud, spread not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. As a nation they did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinance of their power. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching to Yahweh. Bashem Yahushua. Wherefore have ye fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? See? So when you do, a fast, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is basically like pinpointing you, like you on the, that direct line, because, for that, out of all the people that's being gluttonous and doing things that are not pleasurable to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, if you're sincere and if you're of the elect, a fast is really, really pleasurable to him. You're actually chastising your own self, okay? Like it said in Second Esdras, okay? You're chastening your own soul, okay? And that's just like with a parent, and you see, your kid messing up, and or your child messing up is to a point, and before you actually get into it, or before you actually reprimand them, they say, you know what, I'm gonna reprimand myself because I know I'm going off, and you're gonna feel good as a parent, man. How much you think Yahweh Bashem Yahushua feels when you commit to a fast, man? To chasten your own self for whatever purpose you might need it for. All right. Yeah. And thou takest no knowledge, seest not. Wherefore have we afflicted our soul? See, that's another word, phrase for fasting, afflicting your soul. And thou takest no knowledge. Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure and exact all your labors. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. So there you go. See, and that's why I'm bringing out this point. When you fast, I'm basically showing you how it's seen in the Lord's eyes, man, as per his words. Okay. He acknowledges you. And he's looking at you. All right. So out of all the people, hey, the Lord is omnipresent, omniscient, all knowing, all present, all powerful, omnipotent. Okay. But it's a special attention you get when you sincerely, commit to a fast, man, for whatever reason you need it to be. Okay. So yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up by reading the scripture, okay, of how to actually do a fast, okay? You can't just say, okay, well, I'm about to go on this fast and blah, blah, blah. Then you got to work tomorrow, and you ain't clean your face. You look like you all tired and beat down, okay? And you're basically appearing to mend the fast. And the Lord explicitly talks against that, man. So here it is, Matthew 6 and verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites, of a sad countenance. So don't really, okay, you might be hungry, you might be dehydrated, but don't go and broadcast to everybody like, sitting over there in a corner in the fetal position, and motherfuckers asking, hey, what's wrong with you? Oh, I didn't fast. I'm fasting. Nah. Even if you do that and you don't say you fasting, you still making it like seem as though you want some attention. The Lord ain't looking for that. Matthew 6 and 16, moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. So when you do commit a fast, you have to, by yourself, alone, let Yahweh Hashem Yahushua know. Okay, and this is why. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face. So, hey, wash your face, man. Don't appear to fast, on the outward, all right? That thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee in heaven. So, Slakia. I'll read that again. Matthew 6:18, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto the Father which is in secret. And thy Father, which seeth in secret, shall reward thee openly. So what you do in the secret, you know what I'm saying, it's going to give you an open reward. Because hey, when you dedicate, you know, to afflict your soul to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he doesn't want anybody else on his business, man, in on this, man. So between you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, okay? And, you know, whatever you need, all right, you go to him quietly, you do what you got to do quietly and secretly, all right? And he will reward you openly, whatever you need, man. So that's it, man. Lord willing, it was edifying, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rechah, Gudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.